Hi everyone, welcome to Prophet Dr. Who's channel. In today's video, we will see how amazing the Quran is in explaining the mountain formation process and the role of mountains in the context of earthquakes. Number 1. Mountain formation. In verses 41, 9 to 12, Quran mentions the order in which Allah created everything on the earth and the heavens. It is right here where he explains how mountains were created. And he placed therein firm mountains from above it, like this. Translation of each Arabic word, word by word, is given here from the Corpus Quran's website. The link to the web page is added in the description. Now there is a typographical error here. Two consecutive words, min and faqiha, cannot have the same meaning above it. Min is a preposition whose meaning is from. You can find it in any Arabic to English translator. In the context of Surah 41:10, from is the only meaning that makes sense. So, as per the miraculous signs in the Quran, mountains were placed on the earth from above its surface, while modern geological science tells us just quite the opposite. Mountains emerge from below the earth's surface. When tectonic plates collide or undergo subduction, that is, ride one over another, the plates tend to buckle and fold, forming mountains. Mountains emerge from movements happening below the Earth's surface. They are not objects placed on the top of the Earth. In most translations, we find that mountains are placed over the Earth's surface. However, the fact that it was placed from above has been carefully removed to soften the blow. Only Mohsin Khan has done the accurate translation. Please pay attention to the translations by Yusuf Ali and Pickthall. They have tried their best to change the meaning by carefully putting words which are not in the original Arabic. So this verse has failed miserably. Coming to point number 2, mountains are like pegs. Verses 78, 6 to 7 says that, "Have we not made the earth as a wide expanse, and the mountains as pegs?" Additionally, verse 21:31 says that, "And we have set on the earth mountains standing firm, lest it should shake with them." If we now add verse 41:10, which we have analyzed already, we get a clear picture of Quran's idea on mountains. Now, given that this verse is talking about a physical phenomena, there is no prize for guessing that it must be a yet another Quran's miracle. According to the Quran, mountains prevent the earth from shaking by acting like a peg. Now, pegs are used to secure something, to provide structural stability, like the root of a tree provides. Just because something is below the surface does not make it a peg. For example, a large portion of an iceberg is below the water surface. Do you think this iceberg acts like a peg? It absolutely does not. The superficial fact that an iceberg has something below the surface does not mean that thing acts as an anchor. Density of water is more than that of ice. The portion of the iceberg below the water surface provides the buoyancy force and thus causes the iceberg to float. This is what is known as Archimedes' principle, and this is what is exactly happening in mountains. The part of the mountain below the earth's surface is known as the root, and the root simply provides buoyancy so that the mountain can float in a surrounding denser mantle. This phenomenon is known as isostasy. Hence, the action of a mountain root and that of the submerged portion of an iceberg are very similar. Just because the deep penetration of a mountain is called root, it does not make it behave like the root of a tree or a peg. In summary, mountain roots don't resemble pegs, neither in form nor in function. So, this is also an epic fail. Coming to point number 3, mountains prevent earthquakes. Let me read the entire verse 21:31. And we have set on the earth mountains standing firm, lest it should shake with them. And we have made therein broad highways within brackets between mountains for them to pass through, that they may receive guidance. Now, some Muslim apologists play with the Arabic word rawasiya and insist that it has a more broader meaning than mountains. It can also mean anchorage or something. In the context of 21:31, it is clear that here it means mountains. Now, there is another verse 31:10 which again repeats that mountains prevent earthquakes. Earthquakes tend to be concentrated in areas where tectonic plates converge or get subducted into the mantle. Since mountain ranges tend to form where plates collide, the earthquake epicenters almost always lie within the mountain ranges. Mountains arise from the instability resulting from tectonic collisions. They don't stabilize the earth's crust. So this is again another epic fail. Hence, I have shown that Quran reveals nothing more than the primitive understanding about mountains of the ignorant 7th century desert dwellers.